you have faced a few challenges in your time.
So
And
we're live.
oh, good. I'm gonna hit record then. Oh, got to record.
All right, so welcome everybody. We're sitting here in another awesome day at the lab. And first of all, Josh, we want to welcome you. And on behalf of Tyler Holloway, a partner from our PC United Productivity Program, and yours truly here, Eric Quadros from MAPS Business Coaching. Thank you for coming today. And for those that are out there wondering what Josh does, I'm going to allow him to introduce himself because in the last few episodes, I managed to fumble everybody's introduction. So since this is organic and we're here to have a good time and really learn about Josh, we're going to allow him the opportunity to introduce himself. So welcome, Josh.
Thanks a lot, Eric, and nice to see you, Tyler, and to meet you. I am Josh Fertel. My company is River City Marketing. I was kind of looking forward to your introduction because I wanted to see how that was going to play out. And see, you're good. But no, I am Josh Fertel, and I am the founder and the president of River City Marketing, which, believe it or not, is a 24-year-old company. I know, but we have been doing it 24 years. But our focus really is on online and digital marketing. That's really where our passion is. I mean, I've been in marketing myself for a really long time, over 30 years. And you're not going to believe this, but my degree, guess what? It's actually in marketing.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah. Isn't that miraculous? Because most people are like philosophy, sociology, whatever, not related to what they end up doing, you know? And I actually have a degree from VCU in marketing, the marketing program, graduated magna cum laude. I pat myself on the back.
Woo!
Yeah, when I'm into something, I really get passionate about it. And so I've really been doing marketing for a really long time. But today's marketing is not like the marketing of yesteryear. So it's transitioned quite a bit, and you have to be able to adapt. Really, in any industry, I don't care what your industry is, or as a person, you have to be able to roll with the times and with the punches. As I know it's a cliche, but it's true. I mean, you really have to be able to adapt to whatever the situation calls for. So that's why, as a company, we really focus on helping clients achieve success online. So they can be found online, they can be seen in a really, really good light, and they can convert. I mean, it's not just about, okay, you have a great website. Great. That's awesome. You have to have it. But now what happens? What's going on after that? I mean, did you get a phone call for your website? Did you turn that into a lead? Or how about this? Did you get a signed contract? And so,
absolutely.
So we want to have people convert, get leads that turn into sales. And that's all. We do that through online marketing. Not that we don't do other things, but really our passion and our focus these days. I mean, 95% of our work is online marketing. So
outstanding. Thank you for the intro. So now the world has changed, right? We understand that a meteor just hit us. We weren't even expecting it, right? With COVID and the health situation in businesses, right? And we've found that now more than ever, businesses have had to shift to the digital world as a whole. So this creates a prime opportunity for you and your business in what you do. So what are some of the things that you've seen that really do need to happen that business owners out there should embrace right now when it comes down to building their digital brand?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because people are definitely. I mean, for us as a digital marketing company, it's kind of the perfect storm. It's kind of a unique situation because people were already migrating over to online in droves, and I mean the online usage is just dominant. And now with the COVID-19, it's like people are working from home. Obviously, I'm working from my home office today. We have a physical office in Fairfax, but I'm doing what a lot of people are doing and kind of working from home. Some people are able to do that easily, and certainly my business, I can work from anywhere really. But more and more people are online, more than ever before because of COVID-19. So my comment on that is, it's a great opportunity to capitalize on the increase in online usage. I mean, people are on Zoom like we are. They're on live Facebook. They're on Google. They're everywhere online. They're doing more online, and I mean, I'm not sure what the stats are, but the numbers are astronomical increases in online usage. And so it's a unique opportunity for advertisers to capture the market and actually dominate, which would account for why we're so busy. we're actually very busy right now, which is wonderful and sort of surprising in some respects, because a lot of people are not so busy. And sadly, there are businesses that are impacted very negatively because of COVID-19. And we've got some restaurant clients, and we've got, hospitality industry clients, and it's very difficult for them. And that, we should always, remember that and try, we always try to order takeout and do whatever we can to support our local business, especially restaurants. It's very hard. But from my standpoint as a business owner and running an online, digital marketing, online marketing business, I mean, we've just seen really a huge uptick in business. I mean, people are now, they're at home, so they're thinking, oh, what can I do about my marketing? My website looks terrible. I need to do something about that and fix that. How are we going to communicate with people to get our message out? So we're seeing, more, increases in web development activity. We're seeing increases in online marketing programs, and some new programs coming in, new clients for us that are trying to reach their market online, through either organic, which we do a whole lot of search engine optimization, and as well as paid programs such as pay per click, Facebook advertising, those types of things. But all that.
Outstanding. Ty, you got any questions, man?
Well, just from the standpoint of switching up strategy, you talked about you're definitely going more towards social through search engine. Can't even say that. You say it. I know you can say it.
Engine optimization, baby.
There you go.
Thank you.
Just say SEO, and you're all
SEO. Yeah.
SEO. All right. But seriously, with how long you've been in business, that's a lot of staying power. And that's gotten through some pretty impressive challenges, right? When we start talking about businesses lasting not even 5 years in most cases, right? You've been, yeah. So you've been around for 24 years, right? And this is all the way. I think in 96, I still had dial-up internet.
That's what it was.
Right.
I mean,
yeah. And my kids don't even know what that is. They're like, what is that? What is that sound? I'm like, it's a sound effect. That's how we got on the internet, right? So, and then, we had the .com bubble bust thing, and we had the 2008 meltdown. So you've been through a few things with marketing. So I would love to hear your mindset and your perspective on this. Obviously, people are looking, right, for more, but I'd love to hear some stories, some, in the trenches stories about adjusting and getting to where you are today.
Well, thanks for asking that. Yeah, I mean, and you're right. There have been, this is not the first time we've had a downturn. And I mean, you mentioned 2008 bust. That was a similar scenario, and from a standpoint of the economic impact. I think this one is probably a little bit more impactful, but it's going to turn around for sure. And there are new opportunities. I'm an optimist, anyways. I've always been an optimist, which is probably why I've been in business 24 years. So perhaps banging my head against the wall sometimes, or maybe a lot of times, but I still remain very optimistic. And that's how you run a business for a long period of time. You don't focus on negatives, you focus on the positive things. So if you have a scary or a challenging time, such as COVID-19, or whether it's the 2008, real estate blow up, and to tell you the truth, that actually had more of an impact on my business than it did now. Discussing this with my wife, who is our vice president. We have about 6 people, but my wife is the vice president. So we're like a family-owned, mom and pop digital marketing agency. I kind of like that. I coined that.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, thank you. Mom and pop digital marketing agency. But anyhow, well, we were talking about that the other day, just like, the difference between 2008 between now. And like for us, we were doing a lot of real estate marketing back in 2008. And we still have some agents that we work with, especially like in the commercial realm. But back then we were doing a lot of residential agents, and right before 2008. And when the 2008 blow up, happened, then that was pretty much the end of all that. And most of it was gone after that point and never came back.
But you shifted immediately, obviously.
I did shift. And at that time, we were still heavily involved in print, and we still do some print, of course, but, that was more, online and web was just a part of our business. But right now it's, all of our business, 95% of what we do is online marketing. So we really started shifting after that point, and we started changing the model of what we did, because, people have to be, there's a need for what we do. And that's why I love doing, providing assistance with online solutions for companies, because it's vital. and it's only going to get more vital. This just a matter of staying on top of the way it changes, but it's going to.
No, absolutely. Especially now. I mean, the world is changing so fast. It's actually a book that I read not too long ago. It's called Platform Revolution, right? And he talks about how everything now is being developed in platforms, right? You see the I guess the birth of Uber, right? How like they never even bought a car, and they own the transportation business. Well, I mean, to some extent, right?
Right.
God knows what's going to happen now. And then you have, Facebook, right? Facebook was created, and Facebook writes very little content. The content is written by those that are coming to the platform.
Wow.
So, the thought is, what do business owners need to do right now in order to create a platform in which now they bring people onto their ecosystem of, value propositions, right? Because if they're not thinking digitally, then I believe that in time, they're going to be obsolete in the business.
100%. You can.
So
anybody can learn. I mean, you should always be open to learning new things. Even, I mean, I'm learning that for example, Zoom. You can actually expand your market area by using Zoom. You can actually instead, because like we're regional primarily, although we have clients in parts of the country. But now I'm getting crazy visions of or delusions of grandeur, or whatever. But I'm thinking, I want to beyond once the COVID thing is sort of behind us. I really want to take our company and start expanding beyond the geographic location we're in right now, which is the Metro DC area or Mid-Atlantic region, because you don't really have to meet someone face to face now, because you can meet them on Zoom.
No, absolutely.
And that's huge. That's huge.
I think actually I'm gonna be like, shameless plug is that's our goal at the lab, right? We want to talk to business owners from all over the world. And our thought is we want the lab to be a center of gravity of CEOs and small business owners that come in and share their story in our platform. And through that collaboration, we get to build even more knowledge, right? Because, we can, collaborate with one another, we can learn from one another, and even refer one another. Yeah. And there's no better time to do it than now. So, I mean,
fantastic.
We're happy to have you here. Now, Ty, go ahead, man. I'm like, sometimes I get caught up in all this.
It's all right. It's all right. But you mentioned your fantastic vice president, who's the brains of the operation, right? So
she's at the office. The office is right there.
Okay, well, it's gonna get even more shameless here in a second. So I'm gonna give you an opportunity, because you mentioned family-owned business. You mentioned her. I would love to give you a chance to brag on your fantastic team that somehow manages to get out there and make you look fantastic every day.
Okay, well, I can always bring her in here and introduce her if you want to.
Do it.
Ryan, why don't you come? She's saying no. Come on, just say hi. Just for a second.
Ready?
Good, because I got a question for her.
All right, just come in here and say hi. Yeah, come on. I'll move over. This is my wife, Ryan Fertel.
Hello.
And she's incredible.
I need a hat.
She needs a hat.
Yeah. I'll put the hat on. That's great. At least you represent him with the hat. There you go.
If you want to ask her a question, you fire away.
Well, I got a softball for you right now. So, okay. And it's going to give us all a great perspective, and any business owner that watches this that has a family-owned business. How have you managed over the last 24 years to have a hunting accident-free company and make this guy look like the champ?
Well, I actually met him 20 years ago, so I can't take credit.
20.
Yeah, she can't go beyond. He got married in 2001, so we can't go beyond that.
That's a very long time.
So you can answer the question.
Right. But I started working with Josh 5 years ago. I used to be a school principal.
Yeah.
And for 25 years, I worked with school systems.
Yeah.
And then we decided that it was time for me to change gears. And,
yes.
Yeah.
And her support is amazing. I can't think of having.
I started working with Josh, and, keeping him on track.
Yeah. Oh, she really is like, very
organizational skills.
Yeah, she has that. That's why we get along, because I'm sort of the visionary creative. Yeah.
Hey, I love it. So when you're in the boardroom, right? And I'm just curious, you don't have to answer, but in the last 20 years, I mean, and you're in the family boardroom, the war room for this business, how many times have you had to put him in detention?
Many.
Oh, the truth comes out. Have you got a long time? Because it's been about an hour. How long is this interview? Yeah. many times.
But it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I'm so glad. Thank you for popping in and joining us. I was telling Josh, and I always tell everybody that comes in here and give them a chance to brag on their team, because as we all know, no one succeeds alone. And so I know that this River City marketing is a team effort. And so we at the lab love y'all.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks for talking to my wife. Yeah, she's good. I mean, really, it's nice having a wonderful team, and we don't have a large team. It's only about 6 of us, but everybody is senior level, and everybody is. I mean, like like my art director and I, we go back to. He's a VCU graduate as well in the communication school. He's a senior art director and graphic designer. So, and I was in marketing, so it works really well. But everybody on our team, my web director is like 40 plus years of experience. It's just everybody's experience. I know. So
outstanding. So if you were to give us a lesson, like one lesson that you've learned with working with You Better Have all this time, what would it be?
Oh, there's a lot of lessons I've learned, but
yeah, give us that. We'll take top 3. All right, we'll take top 3.
All right. Well, first of all, I mean, persistence is probably the most important lesson that I could convey to anybody that I've learned. And I still have to keep learning it over and over again. But you don't get anywhere in life, especially not business ownership and successful business ownership, without being persistent. I mean, there's going to be a lot more failures than there are successes. That's just the reality. But the cool thing is, and this is what I always tell myself, but it's basically true. Let's say that your failure rate is 9 out of 10. The 10th success is going to be incredible, and it will more than compensate for all those 9 failures.
So we believe that here in the lab. We love to fail forward.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't learn if you don't fail. I mean, failures, that's how you really learn. But I mean, I know it's so obvious, but maybe not to everybody. But I mean, but failure is an important part of success, because you're not going to succeed at everything and every aspect of your operation or your business. But I think persistence is one of the most important things that I've had to learn. The other thing I've learned is adapting. You have to really change. And if you don't change, then I can give you a lot of examples of companies that and you know them too, the companies that didn't adapt, like Kodak, or companies that sort of had a really fantastic concept, and it was awesome in that time frame, but then the times changed, but their concept did not change, and so those companies are no longer dominant. But then
absolutely,
yeah. But other companies did adapt. Look at General Electric, other companies that learned, okay, or IBM, we have to do things a little bit differently, and we have to come up with new products, new services. And I think that's sort of the secret is being able to adapt, being committed and being persistent, and just being flexible in general, being you got, if you're going to run a business, a successful business, and have longevity, you really have to be able to get your boots out and your umbrella out, because you're gonna have to walk through a lot of stuff you don't want to walk through, and you're gonna get dumped on continually, and it does not stop. It doesn't matter what level you're at; it's just continual. But that's I sign up for this, so you can't stand the heat. Get out of the kitchen.
Absolutely, absolutely agree with you. So what are some of the things that right now? So let's say we had business owners out there that are listening. What are some of the things that you would give to them as a value proposition from your company to them? I mean, what are the things that you recommend they should be doing from a marketing perspective that they should, really look into?
Well, that's a great question. So this is if anybody who's ever had a major in marketing like I did would have read some basic marketing 101 textbooks. And what you will find as a theme through all those textbooks is there's a certain period. Everybody loves to market when things are great. When things are flush and you have lots of money, everybody's marketing. Everybody's out there, doing whatever they can, and they have the money to do it. Everybody's happy. But when things turn south, as in right now, when what's the first instinct is to stick your head in the sand or cower in the corner, and a lot of people are doing that. But they shouldn't do that, because it's actually a unique opportunity when things are challenging like they are now. It presents a very unusual, it's almost like the perfect storm from a marketing and branding and market penetration standpoint, because most people are scared. And so they're, as a result, they're spending less money and they're doing less relating to their marketing. But the companies that can be truly successful, and you can really surpass your competitors by leaps and bounds by doing certain things right now with your marketing and continuing to market, and even spending more if you can, but if nothing else, at least maintaining, because most people are not doing that. And so we tell our customers it's not rocket science, but it is a basic tenet of marketing, is understanding the timing of when you should market. And one of the best times to market is when other companies are not doing it because they're scared. So the companies right now that are trying to achieve a market dominance position by continuing to promote themselves everywhere, but especially online, but not stopping the promotion, when this subsides, and it will eventually subside, things might be slightly different for a while, and that's okay. But the thing is, the companies that continue to push right now are the ones that are going to be far ahead of those that don't. And so that's one thing I would say, advise as far as right now is, small companies, don't stop. Do everything you're able to do, from an activity standpoint, from a funding standpoint, whatever you can afford to do it, because you are going to be able to be surpassing your competitors, and you'll be able to move towards a position of market dominance now. But particularly when this is all over, people will then say, oh, now it's time to market. But guess what? The companies that are already doing it, they're going to be like so far ahead, it's going to be ridiculous. So, and it's something that is, you find in all marketing 101 books, when is the right time to market your business? Well, of course you market if you have the funds to do it, but it's, when everybody stops is one of the best times. And I advised clients the same thing back in 2008. Same thing, because people were hunkering down. They were scared, didn't want to market. They didn't know what was going to happen with the economy. Of course, the economy came back, roaring back, and has roared basically up until, the COVID-19 crisis, basically. But that's going to subside too. And, so it's not, if you can, continue forward.
Yeah, one of the things that we've watched here at the lab is that a lot of the marketing campaigns that have been, hidden TVs, radio, social media, have been really just surrounding care. Everything's shifted immediately. I mean, and I'm sure you've seen it on TV as well. Even car sales were, delivering cars at the door. They, zero interest rates. I mean, everything shifted completely. And, that's all. I mean, I believe that that's probably something else that a lot of companies out there need to be in tune with, right? You have to be in tune with the market of the moment, so that then you can speak to the audience that's out there in this current moment.
I totally agree with that. You have to really be in tune with where people are at, right at the moment, and where the market, where your audience is at. And that's very important. But that's one of the things I would advise people. Another thing I would also advise, just as a general rule of thumb, don't for businesses that are wondering what to do with their marketing budget in general, don't underfund your marketing budget. And this is especially true now, but when people are first starting their business, and let's say they're building a nice office that's gorgeous, right? And they spend a lot of money on the interior design on their office, whatever they are. It might be a retailer, it might be a dentist, or whatever they are. That's great. They have a nice office. But guess what? People don't just come to your office, or to your store because you're there. They don't do it. They come because you communicate with them. So marketing should never be underfunded. In fact, it's probably the most important expense. It's not even an expense, it's an investment. It's the most important funding to provide for your business is marketing, because yes, you want to have the look, and you want to have your office look beautiful, and you might need certain types of equipment or whatever you need for your business to operate it. But I've seen it happen a lot of times when businesses totally underfund their marketing. They spend a lot of money on all these other things, but when it comes to marketing, I only have $50 to spend on my marketing. Okay, that's great. Well, then if that's what you have, then the marketing you'll be spending money on will be a sign that says going out of business sale. Because people aren't going to, they don't just, it's not like, build a field and they will come. What was that movie with Kevin Costner?
Field of Dreams.
Yeah, Field of Dreams. Build it, they will come. Well, that is actually antithetical to marketing. That's not how it works. You don't just build it and they will come. You actually have to promote it. And especially now, because now it's extremely competitive. It was before the COVID hit, and then now it's even more because everybody's online. So it's not just a matter of building it, such as, for example, your website. Got to have a great website, but what are you doing to drive people to it? Are you doing a lot of, online marketing? Are you doing any social media? Are you blogging? Are you putting content out there? I mean, things like that, stuff that actually, captivates people. And it's not all about selling either. It's about providing value. Just like this show, this is fantastic. I mean, it provides value to people. That's what people want. They want information and they want value. And they don't just want to be sold to. That doesn't mean you shouldn't have a call to action. Yes, you call now let's get started. Yeah, I mean, of course, you have to put that in there. And you have to be ready to, respond to someone when they want to do business with you. But they want value. That's what they want.
100%. We agree with that here at the lab. Now Josh, we're about to go into what we call the rapid fire, session of the interview. And Ty and I, we're going to ask you some questions. So Ty will ask you one, I will ask you one, and then Ty will ask you again, and then we'll just ask you a few questions. So you ready to go? You have to answer as fast as you can, okay?
I have to answer very, very quickly?
Yeah, this is just human questions. This is like very simple questions that you should be able to just throw them right out. Ready?
And normally Drew, who is our other partner, who I'm missing terribly right now, right? Normally he does this, and so we'll see if we can hold a candle to how well he does this. So we'll try.
Excellent. All right, I'm ready.
All right, so Dry, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Oh, I can go first.
Yeah, go.
Favorite COVID-19 snack?
Oh, geez. Goldfish.
Yes, love goldfish. Your turn, Eric.
Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn?
Facebook, definitely.
The sport you miss the most?
Okay, well, I'm a tennis player, so tennis, but let me just say this, we're finding some solutions.
I want to hear the solutions. What are the solutions to not having tennis?
I'll just say this, most tennis courts in Virginia are closed. But all I can say is when there's a will, there's a way. But that is my part that I miss the most, yeah.
Best movie of all time?
Oh, that's an easy one. Okay, Young Frankenstein by Mel Brooks.
And that's a new one. I never heard that one. Okay, great.
Okay, maybe Ty has seen that, but if not, please do yourself a favor and YouTube that. It's hilarious. Anyways, continue.
Ty?
Tinder or Snapchat? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Kidding. I know she's in the background. It was a joke. He had no idea I was going to ask that.
That one.
Do not put him in detention. Okay, Josh, on a serious note, the last book that you read?
The last book, let's think about this. I just read a book. I have it upstairs. It's by the founder of Paychecks, because he wrote a book, and I forgot. It was a book about his story.
Cool. Then what's the nugget that you got out of it?
Something that I had just told you about, which is basically persistence, because he talks about that throughout the entire book, how he failed continually and people. He was really the founder of. I'll get his name. It's Tom Golisano or something like that. I got.
Just put in the comments after on the video.
Okay.
All right, bud.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, so Josh, before we say goodbye, we want everyone out there in our audience to know where they can find you and River City Marketing. So please give everybody a quick rundown of where to find you.
Well, easy place to find me is just rivercitymarketing.com. That's the easiest. We're also on Facebook as well, which is just River City Marketing. I believe it's just River City Marketing. Should be. I should know that, right?
Yes, you should.
River City Marketing LLC. I will post that to verify. I never look at my own address on Facebook. I just go there.
I bet you if we asked 10 of your clients' websites, you could rattle them off.
I could. Easily. I'm like, I mean, I never look at the actual address, but I'll confirm it. But and my wife says also LinkedIn. Well, you can find me on LinkedIn under Josh Fertel, but so that's another place you can reach me. But as far as the business, River City Marketing Facebook page and our website, and you can get to my Facebook page from the rivercitymarketing.com. So if you go there,
Outstanding, outstanding.
click on F there, the little Facebook icon, and you'll get there. We post there all the time.
Well, Josh, we want to really thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to come and share some time with us. On behalf of my partner, Teller, all the way from the PC United Productivity Program, and yours truly here from MAPS Business Coaching, we thank you once again, and we look forward to seeing your continued success and know that you are now part of a great community. Please join us on the lab anytime, and we'll look forward to talking to you in the near future.
Thank you so much for having me. It was really a pleasure. It was a lot of fun, and I'm definitely gonna be following you guys for sure. So this is fantastic, and thanks for the opportunity.
Absolutely, Josh. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Thank you.